tourism is an area that is considered one of the most profitable and fastest growing in the system of international trade in services. Development of tourism in a country automatically means growth in hospitality, retail, crafts, and other related types of businesses. In Kazakhstan, tourism is one of the priority directions of development. The country is large, it offers various landscapes and unique attractions, and people are very hospitable. Ecotourism is the most interesting for foreign tourists, and today even to our own domestic tourists, also nature tourism, rural tourism, and beach tourism is also interesting. Ethnographic tourism is especially interesting for foreigners. Today, in almost all regions of Kazakhstan, there is the formation of tourist cluster. It focuses on local features and aimed at the provision of international services. However, it is possible to say that the country only paves the way into the world of large-scale tourism. There are nuances in infrastructure, services, and information level, elementary advertising of Kazakhstan attractions, some of which are truly unique. However, work is being done, and a positive trend is already there. Holiday in the foothills of Almaty is now gaining increasing popularity. Our resort-developed infrastructure allows people to relax all year round. This includes ski slope in the winter, summer park. It has been operating since June 2016 and became the largest in Asia, the third largest in the world. Therefore, we have much to be proud of. I think it will be another reason to visit Almaty to both the residents of our country as well as guests from abroad.
Жителям нашей страны, так и гостям из зарубежья.
Очень хорошие тенденции в туристском рынке, когда наши...
This is a very good trend in the tourist market. When our companies see the prospects for the development of domestic tourism, they began to develop a good accessible tourist routes, interesting, with good quality. And of course, a good tourist product has found its consumers in the face of Kazakhstani citizens.
И, естественно, хороший турпродукт нашел своего потребителя в лице казахстанских граждан.
Mountain with the second peak after Everest, endless steppes, rivers, lakes, canyons, deserts, forests. Kazakhstan nature is very diverse, beautiful and for the most part very pristine. Hikes to the nature with a parallel introduction to historical sites is a kind of local tourism feature. And even if the average tourist, a foreigner, comes to Kazakhstan, as a rule business trip too, as a rule he tries to get acquainted with the local beauty, culture, tradition, travel outside the cities. For example, many of the local national parks in the last year alone showed a twofold increase in attendance.
Основываемся мы на том, что имеем возможность работать с нашими турфирмами, которые предлагают туры выходного дня.
We have the opportunity to work with our travel agencies that offer weekend tours. It is the most active, the most demanded type of tourist product. It is an environmental, one can say, nature, sports, extreme sports, somewhere in the back part. This is the kind of tourist product. It is actively growing, and according to our survey, in recent years there is an increase of interest towards this product, and the main consumer is certainly our Kazakhstani citizens. But there is also the proportion of foreigners. Their number also is growing. And there are too their own reasons. Visa-free regime, which allowed more tourists to come, especially eco-tourists, tourists who use weekend tours for a decent price.
Причины там вот безвизовый режим, который позволил, да, более свободно приезжать туристам, особенно экотуристам, недорогим туристам, да, которые, значит, пользуются услугами именно вот туров выходного дня.
About 7 million foreigners arrive to Kazakhstan per year. The vast majority of them are the CIS countries' representatives, whose residents are better informed on options for an unforgettable stay in our country. Citizens of foreign countries comes to an average of about 1 million. Usually less than 100,000 of them come here specifically for their leisure time, and the rest for business purposes.